In the heart of modern London, Whitechapel remains shrouded in the shadows of its grim history. James Porter, the experienced and pragmatic lead investigator of the Secret Service Paranormal Investigation Unit, receives a summons that he knows will change everything. Recent murders in Whitechapel mimic the infamous Jack the Ripper killings, and the government discreetly assembles his team to uncover the truth. The team, composed of Anna Blackwood, a tech expert with a penchant for sarcasm, Dr. Helena Blake, a historian and occult specialist, Tom Williams, a former soldier skilled in combat, and Sarah Lewis, a calm and brave paramedic, gathers in a covert government facility. Agent Thompson briefs them on the recent events. "These murders aren't just about some lunatic with a knife," Thompson begins, his voice steady but grave. "We've detected unusual energy readings at the crime scenes. Your mission is to investigate these paranormal aspects and stop whoever, or whatever, is behind this." James looks around at his team, his dry humor masking the seriousness of the situation. "Well, gang, it looks like we're taking a stroll down memory lane. I hope you brought your ghost hunting gear and a good pair of running shoes." The team sets up their base in an old, abandoned building near the original crime scenes. As they unload their equipment, the air feels heavy with history and foreboding. The sun sets, casting long shadows that seem to flicker with a life of their own. Anna checks the equipment with a wry smile. "Ghosts of Whitechapel, prepare to meet your technological match. And by that, I mean please don't break my expensive gadgets." As night falls, the team begins their first patrol. The cobbled streets and narrow alleys of Whitechapel seem to whisper secrets long buried. Helena, ever the historian, points out key locations linked to the original Ripper murders, each site heavy with residual energy. Their first night is filled with unsettling phenomena. Flickering lights, sudden cold drafts, and eerie whispers plague their every step. Anna's gadgets capture disturbing EVP, electronic voice phenomena, hinting at restless spirits tied to the murders. Suddenly, a shadowy figure darts across their path. Tom, ever alert, gives chase but loses the entity in a maze of alleys. The encounter leaves them all on edge. Back at their base, the team reviews the night's findings. "This isn't just residual hauntings," Helena concludes. "There's something actively malevolent here. Something that wants to finish what was started over a century ago." James nods, his face grim. "Then we'd better get ready for a fight. Whitechapel's history is coming back to haunt us, and we're the only ones who can stop it." The team settles in for the night, knowing that the darkness of Whitechapel holds more secrets and dangers than they could have ever imagined. As they prepare for the days ahead, a chilling wind howls through the empty streets, as if the past itself is stirring, ready to reveal its most terrifying secrets. The first night in Whitechapel is fraught with anticipation and tension. The team gathers their equipment, each member prepared for a long, grueling night of investigation. The air is thick with the echoes of history, and every creak and whisper seems amplified in the oppressive silence. James Porter, ever the leader, gives a final rundown. "Stay sharp and stay together. Whitechapel's history isn't just a backdrop, it's a player in this game. Let's see what the night brings." They start their patrol, moving through the narrow, winding streets. The cobblestones beneath their feet seem to vibrate with a life of their own. Helena Blake, with her deep knowledge of the area's dark past, leads the way, pointing out sites of historical significance. "This is where Marion Nichols was found," Helena says, her voice a hushed whisper. "The energy here is palpable." Anna Blackwood sets up her EVP recorder and other gadgets, her sarcastic nature shining through even in the tension. "All right, ghosts, let's have a chat. No autographs, please." As they move deeper into Whitechapel, the strange phenomena increase. Lights flicker, casting eerie shadows that seem to dance and writhe. Cold drafts swirl around them, sending shivers down their spines. The whispers grow louder, unintelligible, but filled with an unmistakable malice. Tom Williams, always vigilant, keeps his eyes peeled for any signs of danger. His military training kicks in, and he moves with a silent, predatory grace. Sarah Lewis stays close, ready to administer aid at a moment's notice. Suddenly, they hear a low, guttural growl. The team freezes, hearts pounding. Out of the corner of their eyes, they catch glimpses of a shadowy figure moving swiftly through the darkness. Tom signals to the team, and they give chase. The figure leads them through a labyrinth of alleys, its form shifting and changing. At times it appears human, at others, something far more sinister. They finally corner the figure in a dead-end alley, but as they approach, it melts into the shadows, leaving behind an oppressive silence. Breathing heavily, James assesses the situation. Whatever that was, it's not just a ghost. We're dealing with something powerful and intelligent. Anna checks her equipment, her face pale. I've got some readings, but they're off the charts. This isn't normal spectral activity. Back at their base, they review the night's findings. The recordings reveal chilling EVP, with voices whispering their names and warnings of impending doom. Helena studies the artifacts and symbols they found, piecing together a disturbing pattern. These symbols are part of an ancient ritual. Whoever is behind these murders is trying to summon something dark and malevolent. James, his dry humor unable to mask his concern, quips, "Well, isn't that just dandy? A stroll through Whitechapel, dodging ghosts and demons. Welcome to the nightmare, folks." As they prepare for another night of investigation, the team knows they are up against a force more dangerous than they had anticipated. The darkness of Whitechapel is awakening, and they are the only ones who can stop it from consuming everything in its path. The team, undeterred by their first night's harrowing experiences, dives deeper into the heart of Whitechapel. They gather around the table in their makeshift command center, their faces reflecting both determination and fatigue. "Last night was just the beginning," James Porter states, his voice steady. "We need to dig deeper into these symbols and artifacts. There's a pattern here, and we need to figure it out before more people die." Dr. Helena Blake pores over the ancient texts and maps they recovered. These symbols are linked to a demon-summoning ritual. The locations of the murders form a pentagram, a powerful occult symbol. Anna Blackwood, surrounded by her gadgets, lets out a low whistle. So we're not just dealing with ghosts. We're looking at a full-blown demonic ritual. Just what I always wanted. The team decides to split up to cover more ground. Helena and James head to the local archives to dig into Whitechapel's history, while Tom and Anna investigate the sites of the most recent murders. Sarah stays back to monitor their progress and keep an eye on the equipment. At the archives, Helena and James uncover disturbing evidence. Old police reports and newspaper clippings reveal a series of unsolved murders stretching back decades, all with similar ritualistic elements. The deeper they dig, the clearer it becomes that these recent killings are part of a much larger, more sinister pattern. "This isn't just about Jack the Ripper," Helena says, her voice barely a whisper. "It's something much older, something that's been festering here for centuries." Meanwhile, Tom and Anna's investigation leads them to an abandoned warehouse near the docks. The air is thick with the scent of decay and something far more insidious. As they explore, they find more symbols etched into the walls, along with remnants of dark rituals. Anna sets up her equipment, capturing high EMF readings and disturbing EVP. These readings are off the charts. Whatever's here, it's powerful and it's angry. Suddenly, a loud crash echoes through the warehouse. Tom spins around, weapon drawn, but sees nothing. The tension is palpable as shadows shift and dance around them. They press on, uncovering more clues, but also realizing they are not alone. Back at their base, the team reconvenes to share their findings. Sarah reviews the data from the field, her face growing paler with each new discovery. The energy readings are increasing. "We need to find a way to stop this ritual before it reaches its climax." James nods, his expression grim. "We need to find the leader of this secret society and put an end to their plans. We're dealing with something that's been building for a long time. We can't afford to fail." As night falls, the team prepares for another foray into the darkness. Armed with their knowledge and their determination, they steel themselves for the battles ahead. The streets of Whitechapel are once again filled with whispers and shadows, but this time, the team is ready. The investigation deepens, and with it, the dangers grow. The team knows they are on the brink of uncovering something truly horrifying, and the stakes have never been higher. They press on, driven by the knowledge that only they can stop the darkness from consuming Whitechapel and beyond. The night air in Whitechapel is thick with tension as the team prepares for another round of investigations. James Porter, ever the pragmatist, briefs his team with a mix of seriousness and humor. Remember, folks, we're not just hunting ghosts. We're hunting whatever's hunting us. Stay sharp and don't let your guard down. The team splits up to cover more ground. James and Helena head towards an old tenement building rumored to be haunted, while Tom and Anna take a different route to investigate a series of dark, narrow alleyways where recent murders occurred. Sarah stays at their base, monitoring the situation and ready to respond to any emergencies. As James and Helena navigate the decrepit tenement, they find the air heavy with a sense of malevolence. Shadows twist and writhe, almost as if they have a life of their own. Helena uses her extensive knowledge of the occult to decipher markings on the walls, which tell a story of ancient rituals and dark summoning. Meanwhile, Tom and Anna's path takes them into an especially grim alleyway. The atmosphere is suffocating, and their every step seems to echo with unseen whispers. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierces the night. Tom rushes towards the sound, weapon drawn, with Anna close behind, her equipment capturing every moment. They find a woman, barely alive, claw marks raking her body. Before they can react, a grotesque humanoid creature, a crawler, lunges from the shadows. Tom engages the creature in a fierce battle, his combat skills barely keeping it at bay. Anna, using a UV flashlight, manages to weaken the creature, giving Tom the opportunity to land a decisive blow. With the crawler defeated, Tom collapses, clutching his wounds. Anna quickly radios for Sarah, who arrives with a medical kit. The woman they found is unresponsive, her life slipping away despite Sarah's best efforts. The team's mood turns grim as they realize the full extent of the danger they're in. Back at their base, they regroup. Tom's injuries are severe but not life-threatening, thanks to Sarah's quick intervention. However, the death of the woman weighs heavily on their minds. "This crawler was just a pawn," Helena says, her voice heavy with realization. "There's something far more sinister orchestrating these attacks." James nods, his face set in a grim expression. "We need to find the puppet master and cut the strings before more lives are lost. We're dealing with a force that's both ancient and intelligent." As the team prepares for the next night, the sense of urgency is palpable. They reinforce their base with protective wards and gather all available resources. The battle against the darkness is intensifying, and they know they must be prepared for whatever comes next. The first blood has been spilled, and the stakes have never been higher. The team steels themselves for the nights ahead, knowing that they are now in a fight for not just their lives, but the very soul of Whitechapel. Determined to uncover the truth behind the escalating horror, the team regroups and plans their next move. James Porter, with his usual blend of dry humor and seriousness, rallies his team. "All right, everyone, let's show these ghosts and ghouls that we're not just a bunch of bumbling amateurs. Stick to the plan, and we'll get through this." James and Helena decide to follow up on leads about a secret society rumored to be behind the recent murders, while Tom and Anna continue to monitor paranormal activity hotspots. Sarah stays at the base to coordinate their efforts and handle any medical emergencies. As James and Helena delve into Whitechapel's underbelly, they uncover disturbing evidence of an ancient cult known as the Children of the Abyss. This cult has been performing dark rituals for centuries, aiming to summon a powerful demon. The more they uncover, the clearer it becomes that the recent murders are part of a larger, more sinister plot. Meanwhile, Tom and Anna's investigation leads them to an old, abandoned mansion on the outskirts of Whitechapel. The mansion, once belonging to a wealthy occultist, is rumored to be a nexus of paranormal activity. As they explore the dilapidated rooms, Anna's equipment picks up high levels of EMF, and they capture chilling EVP of disembodied voices warning them to leave. Suddenly, the air grows cold, and a thick fog rolls in, obscuring their vision. Out of the mist emerges a skinwalker, a shape-shifting entity that can mimic human appearance. It attacks without warning, its form shifting between human and beast. Tom and Anna fight desperately, but the skinwalker's supernatural speed and strength give it the upper hand. Back at the base, Sarah's monitors go haywire, indicating a massive spike in paranormal activity. She tries to contact Tom and Anna, but the signal is filled with static. Fearing the worst, she radios James and Helena, who immediately head towards the mansion. Inside the mansion, the battle reaches a fever pitch. Tom is thrown against a wall, dazed and bleeding, while Anna struggles to fend off the relentless skinwalker. Just as it seems they are about to be overwhelmed, James and Helena burst in, armed with UV lights and assault weapons. Together, they manage to drive the creature back, but not without sustaining injuries. Anna, pale and shaken, collapses to her knees. We need to regroup. This thing is too powerful for us to take on without a solid plan. Tom, breathing heavily, agrees. We need to figure out what we're dealing with and how to stop it for good. As they limp back to their base, the team is more determined than ever. They review their findings and realize that the mansion holds the key to stopping the cult's ritual. The clues point to a hidden chamber beneath the mansion where the final summoning is set to take place. James, his face grim but resolute, addresses the team. We've lost people, we've been hurt, but we're not beaten. We need to stop this ritual and put an end to this madness once and for all. Let's get to work. With renewed determination, the team prepares for the final confrontation, knowing that the fate of Whitechapel, and possibly the world, rests on their shoulders. With the knowledge that the mansion holds the key to stopping the cult's ritual, the team gears up for what they know will be their most dangerous mission yet. James Porter, his dry humor now tempered by a steely resolve, addresses his team. We're going in hard and fast. No room for mistakes. Remember, we're up against something that wants to tear us apart. Stay focused and stay alive. The team splits into pairs to cover more ground within the mansion. James and Helena head for the basement, where they believe the hidden chamber is located, while Tom and Anna search the upper floors for any remaining clues. Sarah stays at the base to monitor their progress and provide medical support. As they navigate the mansion's dark, winding corridors, the team senses an oppressive presence watching their every move. Shadows flicker and stretch, creating an ever-present feeling of unease. The air grows colder, and a sense of dread fills their hearts. James and Helena find the entrance to the basement, hidden behind a false wall. As they descend, they notice ancient symbols etched into the stone, glowing faintly with a dark energy. Helena's knowledge of the occult helps them decipher the symbols, revealing that they are protective wards designed to keep something imprisoned. Meanwhile, Tom and Anna's search of the upper floors uncovers more disturbing artifacts and symbols. They find a journal belonging to the mansion's former owner, detailing his descent into madness as he delved deeper into dark rituals. The journal speaks of a powerful demon that the cult seeks to summon, and the gruesome sacrifices needed to complete the ritual. Suddenly, the temperature plummets, and the mansion is plunged into darkness. The team's flashlights flicker and die, leaving them in pitch black. A cold, malevolent laughter echoes through the halls, sending shivers down their spines. James and Helena hear footsteps approaching from the darkness. They ready their weapons, prepared for a fight. Out of the shadows steps a familiar face, Anna. But something is off. Her movements are jerky, and her eyes are cold and lifeless. Anna, what are you doing down here? James asks, his voice filled with suspicion. Without warning, Anna lunges at them, her form shifting and changing. The skinwalker, having taken on Anna's appearance, attacks with feral speed and strength. James and Helena fight back, but the skinwalker's supernatural abilities make it a formidable foe. Tom, hearing the commotion from below, rushes to help. He arrives just in time to see the skinwalker bearing down on his friends. With a burst of adrenaline, he tackles the creature, giving James and Helena a chance to regroup. The battle is fierce and chaotic, with the team barely holding their own against the relentless skinwalker. Just as it seems they are about to be overwhelmed, Sarah, monitoring the situation from the base, sends a surge of energy through the mansion's electrical system, creating a burst of light that weakens the creature. Seizing the opportunity, James and Tom deliver a series of powerful blows, driving the skinwalker back. Helena, using her knowledge of ancient rituals, chants a banishment spell that finally sends the creature back into the shadows. Breathing heavily, the team regroups. The real Anna, who had been trapped by the skinwalker, is found unconscious but alive. As they help her to her feet, they realize that the battle is far from over. James, his voice filled with determination, says, "The team, now battered and bruised, stands together with renewed determination. They have learned the true extent of the danger they face and understand that the hidden chamber beneath the mansion holds the key to stopping the cult and their dark ritual." James Porter, ever the pragmatist, gives the order. "We need to move fast. If we're going to stop this ritual, we need to find that chamber and disrupt whatever they're doing down there." Helena, lead the way. Helena Blake, with her vast knowledge of the occult, guides them through the winding, maze-like corridors of the basement. The air grows colder and more oppressive with each step they take, and the faint glow of ancient symbols on the walls adds an eerie ambience. As they descend deeper into the basement, they encounter more symbols and protective wards. Helena studies them carefully, her fingers tracing the intricate patterns. These wards are designed to keep something powerful contained. If the cult is trying to summon a demon, then we need to break these wards to disrupt their ritual. Tom Williams and Anna Blackwood take point, their weapons ready. Tom's military training kicks in, and he moves with a silent, predatory grace. Anna, ever the tech expert, keeps her gadgets at the ready, capturing high EMF readings and unsettling EVP. Suddenly, the corridor opens up into a vast underground chamber. The chamber is filled with dark energy, and at its center stands a massive stone altar. The altar is covered in blood and surrounded by ancient symbols, glowing with a sinister light. At the far end of the chamber, they see a group of hooded figures performing a dark ritual. The air is thick with the stench of decay and the sound of guttural chanting. The cult is deep in their ritual, oblivious to the team's presence. James signals the team to spread out and take positions. "We need to disrupt the ritual and take out the cultists. Tom, you and Anna cover the flanks. Helena and I will take the center. Sarah, stay back and be ready to provide medical support." The team moves into position, their movements synchronized and precise. James and Helena approach the altar, their weapons drawn. The cultists, sensing their presence, turn to face them. Their eyes glow with an unnatural light, and they hiss and snarl like animals. Without hesitation, the team springs into action. Tom and Anna open fire, taking down the cultists on the flanks. James and Helena engage the cult leader, a tall, gaunt figure with eyes like burning coals. The battle is fierce and chaotic, with the team fighting desperately to disrupt the ritual. As they fight, Helena uses her knowledge of ancient rituals to counter the cult's magic. She chants a banishment spell, her voice steady and strong. The cult leader snarls and lunges at her, but James intervenes, delivering a powerful blow that sends the leader sprawling. With the ritual disrupted and the cultists defeated, the team breathes a collective sigh of relief. But their victory is short-lived. The ground beneath the altar begins to tremble, and a deep, guttural growl echoes through the chamber. The demon is awakening, and the final battle is about to begin. The ground trembles beneath their feet as the demon's growl reverberates through the chamber. The team braces themselves, knowing that their greatest challenge is yet to come. James Porter's face is set in a grim determination as he barks out orders. "We need to seal this chamber and stop that demon from emerging. Helena, what do we need to do?" Helena Blake, her eyes wide with both fear and determination, scans the symbols and the altar. We need to reestablish the protective wards and banish the demon before it fully awakens. We're going to need to work fast and together. Tom Williams and Anna Blackwood take defensive positions around the altar, ready to fend off any remaining cultists or manifestations of the demon. Sarah Lewis prepares her medical kit, her hands steady despite the chaos around them. Helena begins to chant in a language none of them understand, her voice echoing through the chamber. As she chants, she draws new symbols in the air, their glow pushing back the darkness. James assists her, using his strength to hold off the physical manifestations of the demon that begin to emerge. The demon, a towering, grotesque figure with eyes like burning coals and skin that seems to shift and writhe, begins to break free from the altar. It roars, a sound that shakes the very foundation of the mansion, and lunges at the team. Tom fires his weapon, but the bullets seem to have little effect on the monstrous entity. Anna, thinking quickly, sets up a UV light and directs it at the demon, causing it to recoil in pain. "It's working! Keep it up!" she shouts. James and Helena continue their work, their combined efforts beginning to weaken the demon's hold on the physical plane. The symbols glow brighter, and the air becomes charged with energy. The demon roars again, its form flickering and becoming less solid. Just as it seems they might succeed, the remaining cultists, desperate and frenzied, launch a final attack. Tom and Anna fend them off, their movements a blur of speed and precision. Sarah, despite the chaos, manages to keep everyone in fighting shape, her medical skills saving them more than once. With a final, desperate push, Helena completes the banishment spell. The symbols glow with a blinding light, and the demon lets out a roar of agony as it is pulled back into the abyss. The ground shakes violently, and the chamber begins to collapse around them. "Everyone out now!" James yells, grabbing Helena and pulling her towards the exit. The team races through the crumbling corridors, dodging falling debris and navigating the labyrinthine passages with a mix of adrenaline and sheer determination. They burst out of the mansion just as it collapses behind them, the ground swallowing the structure whole. The night is eerily silent in the aftermath, the oppressive darkness lifted at last. Breathing heavily, the team stands together, battered but victorious. James looks at his team, pride and relief in his eyes. "We did it. We stopped them." Helena, still catching her breath, nods. "But we need to make sure something like this never happens again. We need to find and destroy any remnants of the cult." The team agrees, knowing that their work is far from over. They may have won this battle, but the war against the darkness is ongoing. They gather their equipment and make their way back to their base, ready to plan their next steps. The collapse of the mansion has left the team exhausted but victorious. They regroup at their base, the weight of their victory and the losses they've suffered hanging heavily in the air. James Porter, his usual humor subdued by the gravity of their ordeal, addresses the team. "We've stopped the ritual, but our work isn't done. We need to ensure that this cult can never rise again." Dr. Helena Blake, her eyes filled with a mix of relief and determination, agrees. "The children of the abyss may have been defeated here, but their roots run deep. We need to track down any surviving members and destroy any remaining artifacts that could be used to summon the demon again." Tom Williams and Anna Blackwood, both still recovering from their injuries, prepare to assist. Tom, his military training kicking in, starts planning a search and destroy mission. Anna, ever the tech expert, begins tracing digital footprints and connections that might lead them to other cult members. Sarah Lewis, the team's steadfast paramedic, tends to their wounds and ensures everyone is fit to continue. Her calm demeanor provides a much-needed sense of stability in the aftermath of their harrowing ordeal. As they delve into their research, they uncover a network of cultists spread across London and beyond. The cult's influence is more widespread than they had anticipated, with cells operating in secret locations throughout the city. James outlines their plan. "We'll split into pairs to cover more ground. Tom and Anna, you take the west side of the city. Helena and I will take the east. Sarah, you'll coordinate our efforts and be ready to provide medical support as needed. Let's root these bastards out. The team moves with a sense of urgency, knowing that time is against them. As they infiltrate the various cult hideouts, they encounter resistance from the remaining cultists. Each confrontation is intense and dangerous, but the team's determination and skill see them through. In one particularly intense battle, Tom and Anna face off against a high-ranking cult leader. The fight is brutal, with Tom's combat skills and Anna's quick thinking ultimately giving them the upper hand. They recover crucial documents from the hideout, revealing the location of the cult's final stronghold. James and Helena, meanwhile, discover a cache of ancient artifacts in their part of the city. Helena's knowledge of the occult helps them safely destroy the items, ensuring they can never be used for dark rituals again. With the information from Tom and Anna's discovery, the team converges on the final stronghold. The hideout, an old, abandoned church, is heavily fortified and filled with fanatical cultists. The team braces for a final, decisive battle. The confrontation is fierce, with the team fighting their way through waves of cultists. James leads the charge, his leadership and tactical acumen guiding them through the chaos. Helena, Tom, and Anna fight with everything they have, while Sarah provides crucial support, tending to their wounds and keeping them in the fight. As they reach the inner sanctum of the church, they face the cult's new leader, a twisted figure wielding dark magic. The battle is intense, with the team using all their skills and knowledge to counter the leader's attacks. Helena's expertise in the occult proves invaluable, and with a final powerful spell, she banishes the leader and destroys the cult once and for all. The team, exhausted but triumphant, stands together in the aftermath. The threat of the Children of the Abyss has been eradicated, and Whitechapel is safe once more. As they leave the ruined church, James looks at his team, pride and relief in his eyes. We did it. We've made this city safe again. With the Children of the Abyss finally defeated, the team returns to their base, the weight of their victory slowly sinking in. The morning sun rises over Whitechapel, casting a warm glow over the city that had been shrouded in darkness for so long. The team gathers in their makeshift headquarters, their spirits high but their bodies weary. James Porter, his usual sarcastic grin replaced by a genuine smile, addresses his team. We did it, folks. We faced down demons, cultists, and everything in between. We've saved Whitechapel, and maybe even the world. I couldn't be prouder of each and every one of you. Dr. Helena Blake, her eyes bright with relief and satisfaction, adds, "This victory wouldn't have been possible without our teamwork and resilience. We've faced unimaginable horrors, but we've come out stronger for it." Tom Williams, his military training and combat skills having been put to the ultimate test, looks around at his comrades. "We've been through hell and back, but we've made it. This isn't just a victory for us, but for everyone in Whitechapel." Anna Blackwood, ever the tech expert, chimes in with a grin. "And let's not forget the mountains of data we've collected. This will help us prevent anything like this from happening again. We've got a lot of work ahead, but at least we're prepared." Sarah Lewis, the team's invaluable medic, smiles warmly. "We've been through so much, but we've come out the other side. I'm just glad we're all here to see this day." As they reflect on their journey, the team knows that their work is far from over. The darkness that they've fought against will always be out there, lurking in the shadows. But for now, they can rest and celebrate their hard-earned victory. Over the next few days, the team works to clean up the aftermath of their battle. They destroy any remaining artifacts, ensuring that the cult's influence is completely eradicated. They also take time to heal and recover, knowing that they need to be at their best for whatever comes next. James, ever the leader, ensures that the team stays connected and prepared for future threats. He knows that their bond has been forged in the fires of battle, and that together, they are stronger than any darkness they might face. In the quiet moments, they share stories and laughter, finding solace in their camaraderie. They remember those they've lost and honor their memories, knowing that their sacrifices have not been in vain. As the weeks turn into months, the team finds a new sense of purpose. They continue to investigate and combat paranormal threats, using their experience and skills to protect those who cannot protect themselves. Their reputation grows, and they become known as the Guardians of Whitechapel, always ready to face whatever horrors the night might bring. One evening, as they gather for a quiet dinner, James raises his glass. To us and to the future. We've faced down the darkness and come out stronger. Here's to many more victories and to keeping the light shining bright. The team raises their glasses, their eyes filled with determination and hope. They know that their journey is far from over, but they are ready for whatever comes next. Together, they will face the darkness, and together, they will prevail. As the sun sets over Whitechapel, the team stands united, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. Their bond is unbreakable, their resolve unshakable. They are the protectors, the warriors, and the guardians of the light. And so, with hearts full of courage and spirits undaunted, they step into the future, knowing that as long as they stand together, no darkness can ever truly overcome the light.